Okay, last one, guys, that I'm going to help you get worked out and set up. And then the rest, if you still have questions, I will answer individually tomorrow in class after you've watched some of these videos. So on this problem right here, we've got a table over here, okay? And we've got equations over here. All of my equations over here are in standard form. So it doesn't allow me to graph them on my calculator. However, I can rearrange them all so that I can graph them on the calculator. And if I rearrange them into y equals mx plus b, remember in our calculator, it's f1 of x, okay, f2 of x, okay. You do not put the y, okay. You just leave it f1 of x equals, and then whatever your equation is. So whatever you've rearranged it to equal, okay, will give you your graph, and then you can use it. But you have to rearrange them in order to do that. So since we're not going to rearrange it right now, each one, I want to show you another way that you can do it instead of rearranging them all. Okay. After you rearrange them, I forgot to remind you and graph them. Hit Control plus T on the calculator, and it will give you the graph like this. Okay, and you can compare your graph on your calculator to this graph. Okay, I will probably show y'all that again tomorrow. Refresh your mind on how to do that on the calculator to help you guys out. But if you're not going to rearrange it, the other way to do this is to substitute in. So this is your x value for both equations, but they have different y values. Okay, so if I use this y1, always has to be talking about the first one. Okay, they're going to keep it in the correct order. Okay, so my first one is 2 times negative 3 plus 11 equals 5. Okay, so I took this first column here and I substituted it in for my x and my y right here. Okay, the x is always going to be the x. Okay, so the negative 3 stays negative 3 because we want it, what's the new y when x equals whatever. So y, and then my x was the negative 11 equals 5. I get negative 6 plus 11. So this does work because negative 6 plus 11 is 5. Okay, so that's true. So this one would work. This one is also, those are all three the exact same equation. This one is not the exact same equation. So I'm not sure if it would work or not with this. Okay, so now I'm going to use the second y column and still my x, and I'm going to now plug it into the second equation. So we've got 2 times negative 3 plus 3 times, don't use the 11, use the negative 6. This is where I made my mistake in the first video. So equals 4. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. Well, these two negatives are not going to equal positive 4. So negative 6 and negative 18 is a negative 24. This does not work. Okay, so that does not work. So we know that 2x plus 3y equals 4 does not work. There's no other ones that have that problem on it. So I am back to, okay, so back to working this problem out. I still want Oh, no, I need a whole new equation here. So I already know this first one works. I'm just testing the second equation right now for this one. Okay, so now I've got 3 times -3 minus 2 times -6 equals 8. -9 plus 12 equals 8. This is not going to be true. It's only going to be +3. So this one also does not work. So both of those don't work. Okay, this is my last one where I know that that first one works for the top. So now I'm going to do this next one. I've got 2x minus 3y equals 12. I'm going to replace the y with the -6, and I'm going to replace the 2, the x with the -3, since I'm using that first one again there. So I've got -6 plus +18 equals 12. So -6 plus 18 is 12. So this one works. So we have our winner there. Okay. So like I said, this was the last example one I'm going to work for you today in video. We will talk more in class tomorrow.